Last night, no Steph. Steve Kerr had said the night before he's worn out. But, Monica, how about Jimmy Butler getting it done?
I mean, listen, since he's joined this team, not only are they 15-2, but they're outscoring opponents by like 12 points. So JB's been a great addition.
It's a long-range two there, plus the foul. Dame Lillard doing what he can on the other end. He had 16 points. But this was a night where some of the unsung warriors like Brandon Pajemski came up huge.
I'm a huge fan of Pods, and it's been a little bit of an up-and-down year for this young man after a big year last year, but good to see him getting it going.
He had 17 last night. That's Gary Payton II, knocking one down. 8-point lead. Steph loves what he sees. Now you need a dagger. Where do you go? You go to Butler? No, you go to Pajemski.
Early in the season, Steve Kerr kept talking about getting the supporting cast to play with the confidence that they started the season with. It looks like it's coming back.
That's Jimmy Butler had 20.
Guys doing it again with the Warriors.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler with 24 last night, and the Warriors get the win. So there's a lot of different ways to look at this game, Bontemps. The first one, just from a Milwaukee standpoint, it's been a weird week in the NBA, right? Like, guys don't play, and then they wind up winning anyway. But this felt like a game for Milwaukee to make a living. They want to be taken seriously. You go into a game against a Steph-less Warriors. It feels like a game that the Bucks should win if they want people to take them seriously.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, Greeny, for Milwaukee is they're trying to get the 4 seed in the East, right?
Right.
Trying to get home court advantage in the first round. You lose a game like this that you should win, sets them up for the possibility not only being the 5 seed, being on the road against Indiana, who, by the way, they lost to last year in the first round, also leaves open the real possibility of them being the 6th seed and falling behind Detroit. They're only 1 game ahead of them in the standings, only projected to finish 1 win ahead of them. If they fall to 6th, they're playing the Knicks in the first round, Monica's team. All of a sudden, if you're playing them, one of those teams is going to have massive expectations going home in the first round. So these are the kind of games like we talked about yesterday. You just can't give away games like this if you're in a heated playoff race.
Knicks-Bucks first round would be neither one of them would like it, but that would be a spicy first-round matchup.
Yeah, I agree. And like Bontemps said, it would probably have big ramifications, whichever team wins, and depending on how it goes, I don't even know if a win necessarily saves you, but that would be, yeah.
On the other side of it, the Golden State side of it, they need wins, right? They're trying, like all those teams bunched up in the West, they're trying to stay out of the play-in. If they stay out of the play-in with Butler, I continue to think there's a good question on the screen. How legit are the Warriors? I think they're legit.
I think they're legit, too. And this has been a slow-building snowball. I don't know what the analogy is for me, because at first I was like, But I think I have tremendous respect for the playoff experience of Draymond Green and Stephen Curry. And when you look at Jimmy Butler, I mean, arguably air quotes around this, but he's kind of fresh as he would be at this point in the year, considering the games that he missed waiting for the trade.
Off.
Yeah, I mean, you know how that goes, right? But it is basically your best version of playoff Jimmy with, what was it, 25 games or so to go during the regular season, and it looks great.
Look, I think Golden State's the 3rd best team in the West. The reason I was so frustrated about the way things went.
Meaning, just to be clear, the first 2 are OKC and Denver?
In Denver, yes.
Okay.
Which is why I was really excited to see how they'd look against Denver, because you have Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein inside for Oklahoma City. You have Nikola Jokic inside for Denver. I don't know if Golden State, with their size, can handle that, but I think they're better than every other team. You see the depth and versatility they have across the roster. The combination of Jimmy and Steph have fit perfectly. I think this team is deep. They're playoff tested. They're awfully good. It's just a matter of things stay healthy.
First-round matchups are going to be fascinating, particularly in the West. Let me show you some other action last night. Cavs and Clippers, and I just avert your eyes if you're squeamish. Monica, what happens to Evan Mobley, God bless him, on this play is just not fair, guarding James Harden. Oh, no.
And Evan Mobley is one of your better bigs on the perimeter. But that's James Harden.
Might be Defensive Player of the Year. That was a heck of a move.
That is James Harden, who I think has not gotten enough credit for keeping the Clippers afloat when Norman Powell went down and as Kawhi Leonard has been in and out of the lineup.
It's just not a fair matchup. 10 minutes to go in the 4th. Kawhi not. How good was he last night, Bontemps?
He is looking like Kawhi Leonard in these highlights. And if Kawhi is able to play at the level he's capable of, this Clipper team is awfully, awfully interesting, and nobody is talking about him.
That guy's one of the reasons. Ivica Zubac, 28 points, 20 But here's the note I like from congratulations to Schneierman as they pour stuff on him. Despite the win, the Celtics are no longer the favorite to win the title at ESPN Bet. The Thunder have moved ahead of them. This is the first time since October of 23 that the Celtics are not the betting favorites to win the championship. So, Monica McNutt, I turn to you. You got that palatial estate of yours, wherever it is?
Wherever.
Right now, if I told you you have to bet it on one team to win the NBA championship this year, ESPN Bet is telling you that team should be OKC. Are they right?
All right, so I get it.
Question.
Hold on, Bontemps, it's TV. I got to explain myself now. I get it. I totally get it. I just had the Oklahoma City Thunder in person. They are playing with tremendous force on both sides of the ball. SGA is special. To me, as we just said, Boston, not only do they have the best six if you want to, or their sixes are match up well, the experience. You cannot deny the experience of the Boston Celtics having done it last year. And so I would not take this bet because I do believe Boston's path to get where they were last year, there's still a group that's trying to do more.
I would bet my house on the Thunder and Celtics playing in the finals. I think people have really discounted the Thunder all season. They've been a dominant team all year. They've got a plus 12 net ratings, one of the best in the history of the league. The only reason people are not talking about them as a surefire finals favorite is because of the fact they haven't been there before. It's the only thing you could point against them. They've got potentially the MVP, and this guy right here, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They've got depth and versatility at both ends of the court. They are incredibly deep, probably the deepest team in the entire NBA. The only reason, again, that anybody's saying anybody else can win, that the West is wide open, is because they haven't seen the Thunder do it.
And it's because the other teams in their conference have, and this is from an attention standpoint, not from, they have LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, Nikola Jokic.
100%.
So there's a lot of people that we've seen do it in the past, and that's what we expect. But do you agree OKC in the West?
I do agree OKC in the West. And just to, I think it's important, if you have time to get in the weeds a little bit on OKC, again, just had this team. Even though 3 years ago they were winning 25 and 24 games, there's a process there. And I know we've heard that in other organizations. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Kenrich Williams, you talk about Lou Dort, those are guys that have been core to developing their